Parents may not think their kids are getting anything out of visits to the museum, but one scientist tells us you might be surprised. NBC4's Gordon Tokumatsu and photographer Troy McLaurin spoke to the man connecting with the next generation of scientists.
The sense of how big they really are.
Miguel Ordenana remembers the day vividly.
I was here with my mom, giving her a headache.
The dark but fascinating exhibits of LA's Natural History Museum. Miguel, 5 years old, running around like all the other kids here in the African Mammal Hall.
They're not alive, but it's real. All these things that you see here is real. That was enough to get my mind working.
It was his oh wow moment. The seeds of his future as a wildlife biologist had been planted, and he would grow up to bring his passion to hundreds of kids visiting the museum today, 32 years later. The Ordenanas lived in a big apartment complex in Los Feliz.
I grew up south of the park at a big intersection.
Years later, just blocks away, Miguel would make a name for himself. He and two scientists were working on the Griffith Park connectivity study. They placed cameras like this one on trees around the park, looking for species living in complete biological isolation because of the dangerous freeways on all sides. Deer, raccoons, that sort of thing.
Just a month later, a mountain lion walks in front of one of our camera traps.
That was a revelation.
It was a revelation. It was like seeing Bigfoot or La Chupacabra for the very first time.
A young male they named P22 had defied the odds, crossing freeways to live in Griffith Park alone. His very existence cemented Miguel's life passion, telling the world about wildlife in the big city, even where you least expect it.
You got to believe in yourself sometimes. And
is that what you tell the kids?
Yeah, definitely.
The kids are the hundreds of children who visit the museum's LA Urban Nature exhibits every year. Its mission, to dispel a common misconception.
When you live in a city, it's easy to believe that everything is kind of just concrete and that nothing exists here.
But look at Miguel's fieldwork, says manager Michelle Race, hanging hidden cameras on trees again, collecting data with a contraption on a pole. With that hardware and his know-how, he's actually finding bats in LA. He's already documented 12 different kinds.
Nature also exists in your backyard or in a planter that's next to you.
Ray says discovering nature at home connects children to their communities like nothing else can. It worked for young Miguel. Now he's a scientist, paying his experience forward with colleagues by taking kids on scientific field trips, showing them wonders beneath their feet and at their fingertips.
My mission is to really cultivate that next generation.
Scientists of the future, just like he once was. At LA's Natural History Museum, Gordon Tokumatsu, NBC4 News.